this is our game. It's called Attack on Jeff. This is our main screen. We have a high score screen that displays the previous top 3 high scores. The lowest one currently is 22. Now the way you play this game is you click on these little nerds to destroy them before you get to Jeff, because we like Jeff. We want to protect Jeff from all these little nerds. I want to ask him questions and bug him during his office hours. Now, you can also pause the game if you're feeling tired, and quit or resume if Jeff gets hit. He kind of frowns because Jeff doesn't really like getting hit by little nerds. I don't know if I already mentioned this, but the positions of these nerds are randomized so they could show up from all 4 sides of the screen, 4 quadrants, and their speeds are partially randomized, but on average they do get faster, and there's more of them as the game goes on because we didn't want it to get harder. Now if Jeff gets hit, the game is over, and no one likes losing, so we use an API to generate some jokes. Did you hear about the guy whose whole left side was cut off? He's alright now. You can go back to the main menu, and I just got 24, so if I go check the high scores. In our main activity class, we have a play button which starts the game activity, and in the game activity we initialize the most important part of our game, the game view instance. Most of our code is in the game view class. It also initializes a main thread, which basically controls the game loop by constantly calling its run function, and in that way calling the update on game view and the draw method on game view. Every time the update method is called, first we check if the game is over, obviously. We move, and if not, we move our little nerds and check for collision detection with Jeff. In this class, we also have pause and resume functions. As you can see, the draw function is called right after, and every time it redraws the canvas, so it redraws the background, the pause button. And we do that mostly by drawing bitmaps. All the nerds that you see on the screen that are drawn are initialized or instantiated by our characters for our class, and as you can see, here's where the bulk of the very complicated math that my wonderful partner did is located. Speaking of my partner, she wrote the code to generate and move the attackers towards Jeff, as well as updating of the high scores, both dialogues, the Jeff class, and the main activity screen. As for me, I worked on the on-touch events, collision detection, pause button, and adding the API with jokes on it. Both of us researched and taught ourselves how to create the game loop and the game view. Here's our GitHub repository, where, as you can see, we have both committed a whole bunch of times. As for future ideas for this app, we think it would be fun to incorporate a Twitter API to be able to share your high scores.